Hey guys, Josh here, and today I'll be going over everything you can do after beating the main story in Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. If you learned something new, leave a like on the video and let's begin. So the first and main thing you can do is the Forest of Endings. On my first playthrough, I almost gave up after the credits rolled, because even though the game gave me this pop-up saying that there was still a lot to discover, I could not figure out what to do next. But like with most Rune Factory games, there is an endgame dungeon in Azuma. While the game might not make this very clear, in order to access this dungeon, you need to be married and to have your first child. This is why I recommend working your way towards marriage early, as that will require you to reach bond level 10, to go through multiple date events and cutscenes, and that could feel tedious if you're leaving all of it after you're already done with everything else. 5 days following your wedding, your spouse will bring up the idea of having a child. Then 5 days after that, there will be an event where you can choose your child's gender and personality. And 5 days after that, your child is born and time skips forward by 5 years.
What?
Another 3 days after that time skip, you will see a cutscene opening up the endgame questline.
You're kidding me.
So in total, it should take about 18 days after marriage for you to get there. These new quests will get you to travel around the skies of Azuma for a few boss battles, after which you will enter the Forest of Endings. With only 10 floors, this forest is sadly quite short, lackluster, underwhelming compared to previous endgame dungeons. In it, you will most likely find any frog statue you are missing, along with some new recipes. That is really it in terms of new locations, and as far as I know, there's no way to increase the level of enemies like you could in Rune Factory 5, so there's not too much endgame grinding possible. If you're looking at the new recipes and you're wondering where to find the black dragon scales and the white dragon fur, you can obtain those by going back to the Spring Kagura Shrine Island, and there you will have the option to relive the battle against the black dragon. After all of this, of course, you may have a few side quests left over. You could have missed a few frog and Jizo statues along the way, or onigiri rolls, maybe even a few treasure chests, and here's a very useful trick to find whatever you're missing. At first, what I was doing was opening up the map, looking at each area one after the other, browsing up and down, left to right to see if I could find anything important. But then I noticed the legend at the bottom right of the map, which shows you all of the icons, of course. But I realized that it only showed icons for whatever was currently in that specific map. So if you found all the treasure chests already, treasure chests won't appear in that list. So what I did after having unlocked all of the locations, I'll tell you the controls for the switch, but I opened the map, pressed Y, selected an area, pressed B to close that menu, looked at the bottom right corner to see if there was anything important, pressed Y again, and moved on to the next area. Within a few minutes of doing that, you should be able to find anything you somehow previously missed. That is, except for the hidden chest. After obtaining the Sacred Staff and completing the one dungeon that required it to find invisible platforms, you may have been wondering, what else is this thing good for? Well, if you have it equipped and you go to certain places, you will see a small butterfly that will uncover hidden chests for you. These chests do not appear on the map even after finding them, so you have to keep an eye out. As far as I know, there are 2 chests per village, including in the old village. These new treasure chests contain rune crystals, which can be used for certain crafting recipes, and crimson jewels, which are used to increase the maximum number of magatamas that can be applied to a piece of equipment. In theory, crimson jewels are very valuable, but in reality, by that point in the game, you probably won't really need them, and the maximum magatama you can go up to is 3, which some of the best equipment already have by default. Back to our side quests, if you need help with Yoichi's target practice, you cannot find those targets on the map, but I will very soon have a video showing you all of the locations, so feel free to subscribe if you want to be notified when that comes out. Once I finished all of that, I kept searching for more endgame content, and I was seriously hoping that there would still be one secret dungeon or area left, since there was this one island with question marks on my map of the skies. After hours and hours of trying to figure it out, I discovered that the island I was missing was the Spring Village Skies location, of all places, which was not showing up since I had never dismounted into the village while riding Woolby. So if you are missing one mysterious location on your map as well, and you did finish the Forest of Endings, that could be it. But it is also worth taking a look at the old village as you don't spend a lot of time there. And the first time I went, I did not activate the save point, making it so the area was not appearing on my list. Besides finding and unlocking everything, another thing to work on could be leveling up all the villages to level 10, and I do have a video to help you with that. Doing so will reward you with new buildings in the core, like the Underworld Tower, or this big mock volcano that I have no clue how to decorate with. If you're looking to go a step further, you can take a look at the decorations list in the village menu and try to complete the checklist by having every single item in every village. Will you get any use of all of these extra stats? Will you receive any fun reward? Not really, but it is something you can do if you're looking to get more hours out of this game. Obviously, if you like decorating, you can decorate the villages to make them look perfect, optimize them with the best villagers, and get all the crops to level 9. Even though, and I hate how often I'm saying this, there is not much of an incentive for doing all of that. If you want something a bit more rewarding and you like the social aspect of this game, you may want to work on maxing out all of your relationships. As you deepen your relationships, you unlock perks and abilities for these characters. For example, at Bond level 6, you get the ability to cook special dishes together, and it can be fun trying to cook all of these. On top of that, one interesting new feature of Guardians of Azuma is the Rewoven fates. This unlocks after marriage and lets you reimagine what your life would be like with someone else. To take advantage of this, go to the Fate Weaver Shrine Island, and in this area here, you will see a little orb of light that can be interacted with. Doing so will let you keep everything, so your skills, equipment, your bond level with everyone. The only thing that does reset, of course, is the intimacy level with your current spouse. You will still be at bond level 10, but you won't be married to them in your new fate. That being said, you can go back and forth between fates at any time at Fate Weaver Shrine, so even your marriage, children, and all of that are never lost permanently, and you get to keep all of your other progress. Initially, you will only have one other fate, but after you get married in that one, you will unlock a third one, and so on until you married all of the characters. This brings me to the Seals of Approval, which are kind of like in-game achievements. They don't do much, but you can try completing all of them if you are okay with the fact that they will require you to marry every single romanceable character. If you see that you are missing one seal under the quest tab, which is the case for me, don't put your hopes too high for anything exciting. I did a little side-by-side comparison of the Steam achievements to figure out what it was, and I'm pretty sure it's only a seal for having earned all of the other seals, and there's one seal per romanceable character, so if you do feel like you want to go through all of the marriages, you can. But these seals never give you anything other than the satisfaction of getting all of them. So I really wish I could have said more, but these are the things you can do after the main story in Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. Admittedly, the endgame is lacking compared to the rest of the series, but don't get me wrong, I still had a great time playing through the story. Now, let me know what you think and if you will be doing all of these things or just stop playing. I do have a playlist of tips and tricks for this game if you'd like to learn more, and if you somehow still need them, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.